review of our proposed fiscal year 2022-2023 budget. Do I want to talk into the microphone? I do. I guess as Chuck is usually the one who's going to review this. So there's something we can.
If you want me to.
Yeah, why don't you start, Tom?
Okay. Yes. I'll take my mask off.
Yep, please. No, not at all.
Tonight is our public budget hearing regarding the proposed budget for fiscal year 22-23. And Mr. Burke is here. Chuck, do you want to take it? Do you want me to do it?
You just got started, Chuck.
Jump right in.
Or I can do it, I'm not even giving you a chance to catch your
Just
breath.
started.
Catch your breath. Parking.
I know. Terrible.
I'm happy to. I'm happy to do it.
Yeah.
If you talk in the mic, Chuck.
Yeah.
Your last
Just make
hurrah,
sure I
Chuck.
have my papers here. The budget committee. Actually, do we go through all three scenarios? Generally?
You did the last time. I don't think you need
Yeah, we
to
don't need to.
tonight.
Okay. So the library board is proposing a budget that calls for a 4.19% overall increase in the budget year over year. Most of the increase in the budget is driven by increases in salaries and benefits related expenses. So most of our employees are part of a union, and we negotiated a new union contract fairly recently. And so, in addition to the union employees, the other employees who are not union, we generally give the same increases to, which is only, I think, 3 employees, Tom, is that?
Actually, there are 4 now.
4 employees that
Yes.
are not union, but we generally give them the same increase. So the biggest driver is the increase that we negotiated in the contract, which we felt was in line with what we saw around the county and similar libraries, frankly, probably on the low end of that. And the other piece is, increases in medical benefits costs, retirement costs, et cetera, which we do not control. Those come to us from the state, in whose benefits plans we participate. And the other reasons for the increase include some additional money for programming and materials. The programming money, as I recall, was because we lost a source of funding from another source for some of the programming. So we need to fill that hole, otherwise we would have to reduce our programming. And the increase in the materials budget is related to, we work with all of the department heads in the library and understand what the needs are and understand what we think the needs of the community are. And I think Tom has something to add.
And Chuck is entirely right. And relative to the $25,000 increase with the materials budget, it really relates to a reconfiguration of the Westchester Library System pricing. We are the fortunate recipient of e-content, e-books, e-audio, and streaming services. And the WLS, the Westchester Library System, has reconfigured their the way they bill back to libraries regarding streaming service. And our library, we are a big consumer of the 2 streaming services, Canopy and Hoopla. And so therefore the fees that WLS used to pay for are now being charged to us directly, which means that out of the $25,000, $20,000 plus will be going to take care of this this use of the streaming services that we offer all our residents as long as they have a library card. And the remaining $5,000 was just monies to increase our children's budget at Maine and more particularly at the Huguenot Children's Library.
Thank you, Tom.
Yep.
And do you have the figure in terms of what this means for a dollar increase for
I
the
do.
average
Yep.
New Rochelle taxpayer?
Let's see, and I had it just in front of me. Give me a second. Currently, residents are paying $353.16, the average taxpayer, and that this information has been given to us by the city finance commissioner. If the proposed budget increase of 4.19% is successfully passed at the upcoming election, the increase will be will rise to $367.75, which means it's an increase of about $15 per taxpayer.
Thank you. So that's the
Yeah.
average taxpayer, whatever that means, in the city of New Rochelle's increase is $15 per year due to the 4.19% increase in the budget. And so look, the budget committee spent a lot of time on the budget. We had bottoms-up input from Tom and the library staff, and we discussed scenarios that were a much larger increase than this and that were a smaller increase than this. The smaller increase we felt would cause us to decrease service levels and sort of not address what we understand to be the needs of our community. The higher end budget had an additional position that, as we discussed more, we felt that it was a more prudent thing to let this year elapse. We had somebody that we filled another position recently, see how that goes as we fill that position. And if we need that additional position, we'll revisit it next year and in the coming budget cycle. So I think it was a thoughtful process, and Tom and
if
the
I
team.
might add, there is, in addition to the position that we requested a new children's position, which we held, as Chuck said, we also had a vacancy of a library assistant, circulation, adult services, and we decided to put that on hold because of the financial implications of the budget. So the library has put a position away and is holding it, and we'll wait and see what happens.
Thanks, Tom. So I think overall, the board feels good about where we are. And I guess with that, we'll see if is the next public to be heard. Or anybody have any comments they'd like to add?
Thoughts, questions, comments? Nope. Thank you again to the budget committee for your work on this. Public to be heard, is that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I can just speak really loud and very slowly. I just want to appreciate all the hard work that the board has done, and especially the budget committee. And I would like to, my name's Marjorie Sachs, and I would like to just publicly say I am totally in support of this budget. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marjorie. Always a pleasure. Do we adjourn? I think that might be the fastest budget hearing that we may have ever had, 7 or 8 minutes. Good, well, I will make a motion to adjourn then. Can I get a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, good. Meeting adjourned. That part of the meeting is adjourned.